Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and a new video on the little BMW 220 diesel sport. Such a beautiful car and come a long way from when we got it. Here's a quick reminder. And as you can see, Chris has done a fantastic job on this one. Brand new quarter panel, we got used door, used wing. The car has got to be painted right across the front. It's got a new bonnet on it and right down this side, including the back bumper. Today is the day. I thought I'd better do an intro. We're just about to drop this one off to the paint shop. I've got one more strap to put on it and we're good to go. I've got the wing inside it, I've hung the door on it. I'm gonna come back and take the bumpers in my van because I want to remove all the trims, etc off of those before I drop them off. So let's get this one over there and finally get this car back to how it should be. Well, Johnny, is it Christmas? It's almost Christmas. It's taken that long to get it back, hasn't it?
It has been a while,
but
hasn't it?
Finally, we get the BMW 220 M Sport back at the workshop. It has been at the paint shop for about 5 weeks, I think, and he's been fitting it between jobs. And it's going to be an interesting one doing the numbers on this because that's a lot of money we've spent on this car and a lot of parts.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to have a great earner out of this one. But
Definitely not. I mean, the paint on this was very expensive, and we'll start off with that. And that was both bumpers, both side skirts. I had to get a new rear bumper because the original one had the crease on it here, and he wasn't happy to repair it. He said, Rob, it's going to look terrible. So, new rear bumper. It's been painted right down the driver's side, even though there wasn't nothing that we could see in here. Once you got it out in the light, it actually had quite a lot of silicons in it. The quarter had been painted before, so he's actually painted right down that side. And of course, that beautiful new quarter panel that Chris fitted has all been painted as well. And of course, right down this side. This door, when we got it second hand, I'm doing a little bit of an update here because it's been that long. The door was white, the wing was white, but we've now got it back. We think that we've got everything for it. There's going to be a couple of little tiny bits probably, but we're ready to crack on and actually start putting this one back together. I think.
And remember where everything went.
Not only
Kinda
that,
laid it out a bit.
Chris has laid a lot of it out over there, and there is a lot of it. So, what'd you say, mate? Let's crack straight on, yeah?
I think so, yeah.
I think we'll concentrate on the back, and then we can get Liam here.
Yeah, that's
Last
right.
job of the day, or first one tomorrow. Get them windows glued in, yeah?
Yeah, that's it.
Right, let's crack on then. Just before we move on, I want to show you guys what I found when checking this vehicle out on using Car Vertical. Accidents clearly highlighted there. 9th 2017. Ownership changed 2nd 2020. Had private number plate changed. Stolen vehicle check. This check was performed in all of these countries: United Kingdom, Czech Republic, Sweden, just to name a few. Mileage graph there, and that is an MOT input on the 8th 2021, 18,347 miles. And then a little bit further down here, we've got the damage detected, damage record on April 2022. And that's category S write-off, can be repaired following that all the structural damage has been repaired on the vehicle. Guys, if you're thinking about buying a vehicle or you want to check out your own vehicle, use the link for Car Vertical. It is in the description down below, or the code SR10 from any browser. Let's carry on. So me and Chris got as close as we could then, just piecing everything back together. When he said that you got to try and refresh your memory, genuinely, you have got to refresh your memory. It's been such a long time. You're all right, Liam, you carry on. We got to this stage and what we done was actually just called Liam 10 minutes ago, and he just happens to be on his way home, and he's going to come and glue that back window in and that side window because we've got the back seat all built up. Both of those swabs are back in there. Everything is back together there. But these C-pillar trims, like here, there, the brake light, I've actually got it all in the boot. None of it could actually go back together until the next stage of obviously Liam getting that window in. So I'm going to quickly run the vacuum over this parcel shelf because you can get to it really easy, and then Liam's going to start the process of gluing in them windows. It's coming together now, but still a lot of bits to go. Let's get on with it. Just realised I've got to run the towing eye cap over. I forgot to take it over there, and he's going to do it tonight for us. But I thought I'd show you. Liam took so long to fit them windows. I'm only kidding, mate. That's the side window all fitted, guys, and that is the one that was missing. Rear windows fitted. He's just fitting the high level brake light in there and a little cover back in there, and then I think that is it. We're actually gonna finish now anyway, and we'll just wait for that to go off and then just continue building it up. But so far so good, and really starting to look the part now. It really is. And we've had that bit of glass sat in the paint booth for around 5 weeks, and it's been, every time we've gone in there we've had to be really careful that we didn't knock it. So it's nice to finally see it in there. Nice early start this morning. I went straight to the paint shop and picked the bumpers up. When I collected the car, they hadn't been flat and polished, so we've now got those. And you've been very busy this morning getting us all prepared and ready for when I did turn up with the bumpers. These plastic reinforcing, a lot of nuts and bolts, screws
and clip. Yeah, a bit unique to BMW, that type of thing, aren't they?
And when I got it was a last minute decision and we didn't even know, but the rear bumper, I don't think I mentioned it, he said it's a bit too far gone on the join rod. That's right. Here. So that rear bumper is actually off of that M240i that we bought. I went and purchased it. Yep. Exactly the same. Diffuser was different because it was twin exhaust. Yep. So we've got that now. That's all painted. And I think we're at that position where we're ready to fit that rear bumper.
Certainly ready to offer it up, aren't we?
Yeah, get that on there. Get the rear lights in. All of the windows. That's it. They've had all weekend to go off, so they're all fine now. I think we just carry on, mate, and get it built up.
That's it.
We're getting through the nuts and bolts, though.
Yeah, we've got them all laid out over there as normal.
Everything laid out over there. Like you said, refresh our memory. I've just been ringing Charing, asking if he's got a front fog light. Yeah. And we just walked in the spray booth and realised we actually had it. So, yeah, let's get it all fitted on, mate, and see what we've got left over. Very excited to get this on. Right. Ready, mate?
Yep.
So just 4 PDCs to plug in on this, and be very careful with the new paint.
All good?
Yeah, I think so, mate.
Yeah, that's it. That goes into that little groove there, Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ready to send it
You've
home?
got your wire for your light.
Yeah, I've got that.
Yeah. Well, so far so good. Seems to be a little bit shy there. That's got her.
You don't want to be too pushy with it, do you? But
right, I tell you what, I think there's a screw there's got to come out. That, you know, like that reinforcement piece.
Yeah.
He's got 4 screws and 2 nuts, and I think that one must go through and sandwich.
Right. Oh yeah, same my side as well. Little star drive.
Yeah, I've got it in my hand.
Yeah.
I'll slide him over. Just looking at it.
Thank you.
That's better. Oh yeah, it fits lovely. Nice.
We said someone had a go at this before, and when me and Chris took this apart, the other bumper, one of these backlights, it's got a little slide on it here, and then it actually clicks in. Then it has like a little grub screw in the back of it, and it didn't even have the screw in it, did it? It was missing. So you do pick up things like that now and then. Everything's lined up nice.
We will probably put it on the lift in a minute, won't we?
Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll probably
someone's bound to ask why we haven't got it on the lift. But
we'll probably fling that door open and fit the mirror before we put it on the lift.
Yeah, I think we've got mirror, speaker, a couple of bits to fit on that, haven't we?
Let's flick
Backlights.
I think you're going to like this, guys. Chris is just finishing off this side, and in the comment section all the time, obviously Chris is not in the comments, I am. So I thought, while Chris is fitting that wheel arch, I'm going to put him on the spot here. Favourite classic car?
Oh, it's difficult, isn't it? Favourite classic car? I'm going to say...
Your dream, sort of.
No, I'm going to say HA Viva.
HA Viva, right, okay.
People are going to say why, but if you know, you know.
Yeah.
Go on.
Favourite holiday destination?
Well, I'm not a great one for going abroad. I prefer this country, as you know.
Yeah.
So I'd say probably, don't know favourite, but nicest place we went last year was probably Coniston, Lake District.
Right.
Yeah, stunning.
Everyone that lives there is going to give you a thumbs up now.
Yeah, but there's lots of other nice places as well.
Yeah.
But that was probably my favourite last year.
Right.
Let's
have one
just
more.
need some fixings. Go on, carry on.
Your favourite save since we started the channel? The job that you thought, yeah, I ain't going to be able to save that, and you did, and it's good.
Now that's difficult.
I'm thinking of one now.
Well, I suppose you'd say what repaired the easiest, maybe. Is that what you mean, or?
No, like one where you thought, oh, yeah, easy, but turned out beautiful, and you was optimistic at first.
I'd have to sit down and look back. There's been so many. Yeah, I don't know off the top. Claire's Passat, I suppose you would say that repaired.
That's what I was thinking.
I saved the quarter panel on that. That really was borderline.
Yeah.
And it came out well.
Come out amazing.
Yeah, probably that. There's so many, isn't there?
I'll put you on the spot, innit?
Well, I mean, my Mercedes estate. That was an easy repair, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Under 8 hours.
Yeah.
All done.
And you love
on
that
the road.
car?
Yeah, lovely car that is. Perfect. Drives without fault. So that was an easy one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to go the other end of the scale, I suppose. What's the nastiest or the?
Yeah. What has been the job that you hate the most? I bet I'm on the same wavelength.
There's been a couple. Well, again, there's been a few, hasn't there? The Bentley that we took a chance on, we did do some serious head scratching on that, didn't we?
Yeah. So did everyone else.
Yeah. So that was. I think the black Focus was probably the nastiest thing, wasn't it?
Oh, do you know what, though, Chris? Honestly,
that black Focus wasn't really.
Everyone loved it.
Oh yeah, it done really well, didn't it?
Yeah.
But when you think back now, we was brave, weren't we?
Yeah.
Taking a chance on that.
But that's why everyone enjoyed it, because we did take that chance.
Yeah.
Guys, let me know if you enjoyed that little bit, and we'll start trying to put it in videos where I ask Chris a few commonly asked questions. Right, let's crack on. Now, unfortunately, we did have to pause this video, but I'm picking straight back up on it now. And that was purely down to the fact that we noticed we did need a few other little bits. We didn't want to do that video this video, stop it and then end up doing another one. So the front of the wheel arch liner was missing, very cheap from the dealer. Set of number plates, both side skirts, the fitting clip for the side skirt brackets, that fog light bezel, again, very reasonable from the dealer. This little bracket here that goes over the roll bar, the air duct, and most importantly, guys, you can probably all see this, I actually had to go down to Bridgend and buy that front bumper. Now that front bumper is not going on this car, don't worry. It has very minimal damage on it, just there, but still had to spend a few quid buying this bumper. And that was purely because BMW would not sell me this bracket. This bracket's got 3 rivets holding it in there and a couple of, what would you call that, melted in there. So they would not sell that part separate, just that little piece of plastic. So unfortunately, I had to buy a whole bumper just to get that. This bumper's going to be perfectly good for somebody else to use, so we'll probably sell it later on. But yeah, I needed that part to continue building up the other front bumper. So that is the plan. I do want to build up the other front bumper and get it complete. So I'm going to get it in here and hopefully we can actually get this one put back together. It's not always easy, guys, is it? So this is the new one, you can clearly see. And when I put it against the old one, I'm not going to lie, I actually fitted this in the bumper and I thought, why is the fog light back here? It's got a great big gap in it. Something doesn't look right here. And you can see how pronounced that one is compared to that one. So even though I give the reg and the chassis number, not BMW's fault, but that is actually the wrong grille. I would say that that is for a more basic model, possibly, may even be a more sportier model, but all I do know is it's definitely not the same. And what I've done is actually pulled the original out, because that's not going to stop me, is it, from carrying on. I've got the part numbers on it there. Now I can ring up and get this swapped out and get the correct one. I have looked and the part numbers are completely different, and on a grille like this, the part number, it'll normally be the last digit is slightly different, and they'll have the same part number, but the last digit will be slightly different, if that makes sense. That's not going to stop me now fitting on this front bumper. So I am going to chuck it on there and start mocking it up. I've stuck the other hooter on. I've stuck the fog light bulb, so I can actually remove that one. That is an aftermarket one. We've got 2 nice new ones for it. So one of those is for the fog light. Not sure what the other one is, but we'll get to that. Air duct to put on this side and remove that cable tie. The horn is on and we've got our other fog light wire here. So let's carry on and get it back together. Now I know what some of you are going to say. Rob, why have you put chrome grills in the front of that bumper? Front of the black kidney grills? The answer to that is, these ones were actually Chinese copies. They're just thin plastic and half of it's actually missing. And Tyler gave me them. And they just look standard and original. Right, the painter has actually taken the bonnet off of this car and painted the inside of it, hasn't he? And the outside of it. So he's had the bonnet off and he's moved it. Chris is actually not here for a couple of days, so he'll be back by the time you're watching this video. But I'm going to need Chris to help me, because I'll need to hold one side while he undoes the other side. And it's going to be open, close, like normal, to get that bonnet bang on. Because you can probably just about see, in between the bumper and the headlight there, it's got quite a large gap, and then over there it's actually got quite a small gap, and that wing gap has actually opened up a little bit, and that one there's closed up. So that does tell me the whole bonnet needs to just shunt over that way. And guys, for those of you that have done this before, you'll know exactly what I mean. It is a bit of a pain doing it on your own, so we're just going to roll with that for now. But how much better does that look? It looks so lovely. Well, we've never seen it like this, have we? but we got there with it. Need to get that fog light bezel. Again, that is not going to stop us finishing off this car. So let's just continue on and get the passenger seat in it, and then we'll get it up on the ramp, fit the side skirts. We've got all the clips and bits for it, haven't we? So yeah, like I say, let's just carry on with it. I actually got a lot more done, but I didn't want to film it or time lapse it, guys. It's like I said, I am here on my own, so I just cracked on with it. So passenger side skirt all on, all clipped in, gloss black trim all the way around the outside edge. That's all on. Door loom, see the window drop down there and then go back up. I had to swap the door looms over because it was slightly different. Passenger seat, that's all in there now, all bolted down. I'm going to be plugging it in a minute and resetting all of the lights, etc. I did take it outside as well and just give it a quick wash. There is a couple of little flat spots, but he did say I needed to take this over once it was done for him to polish. And then there's quite a bit of glue on the windows and a bit of glue on the roof there from tape. So I'm going to get that off as well. But I've just been down to Cat's and actually picked up the tape for the number plates. So let's get the number plates and the badge fitted, and we're pretty much there with it. I have sent him a picture of our original part number off the fog light bezel as well. I should think they'll probably overnight that, and I'll get that tomorrow and get that put on there as well. And then just got to wait for Chris, really, get it lined up, then I can put all the arch liners in, etc., and take it out for a drive. On a side note, just quickly, I'm messing around with a display. Last serviced 18th of the 3rd 21, 17,000 miles pretty much. We're currently on 20,866. I've just plugged it in, got a diagnostic there. Didn't bother showing it, guys. You've all seen it before. Had quite a lot of faults, obviously, headlight, near side, all of the other little bits and pieces that have been unplugged. But the only thing we've still got turned on is a pedestrian protection system. So that's going to want looking into, isn't it, as well? So far, though, so good. That's made me happy. So apart from getting Chris to help me with a little bit of gapping up there and fitting the front wheel arch liners, didn't want to fit them just yet. Not until we've got it 100% straight, but very, very easy to do. And of course, I remembered we got no locking wheel nut key and it was missing, so 4 wheel bolts to put in it as well. But it's actually come out lovely, hasn't it, guys? Hopefully I've got that number plate straight. Looks about right, doesn't it? Yeah, happy with that. Does need a good clean inside though. Look how thick that dust is. It is literally covered. I'll tell you what we will do, only because you guys seem to like it. Let's include the before picture. And what a difference. Do you know what? Even though there's a couple of little tiny bits left to do, me and Chris can do that and not do a video. We can do it off camera. So let's go inside and crunch the numbers. Well, hopefully, guys, that's not too bad where I've put that. Just got it out the sun. So the numbers, been a bit of a difficult one for me to do because, like I say, Chris wasn't here. And normally we'd go through all of the receipts, etc., etc. So what I've had to do is go through the online banking and add it all up. But I have put just a small amount of miscellaneous on here, so that will cover everything. So that car, when I bought it, I actually thought it was quite reasonable, but now on comparison, like reading through this, I don't actually think it was that cheap. I'll give £4,700 for that car. And guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Sounds cheap for a 17 plate BMW 220M Sport, but look at the state of it. We went to RLL Autos in Essex, got a lot of Evoque bits from him, does a lot of late stuff. Bought the door off of him, the wing, the mirror, some other little bits and pieces, £580. Bumper and parts from Charing was £250. EAS spares, that's in Essex as well, near that RLL. And I bought the arch liner, the alley wheel, a light I've got on here, rear light, and that all of that lot comes to 220. So the bits are all reasonable. BMW, clips, splash, quarter panel, all these little bits and pieces I've ordered, they're all on the banking, so I've just able to look them all up. £1,081. But I think the quarter panel was most of that, and it was $580. So, well, still comes to quite a lot of money for all the other little bits. Spot weld drill bits, grinding discs, etc., from CD Supplies, £65. Now, Chris did use a few on that. It was a lot of drilling off to do. JW Smarts wheel refurb, £120. Paint. It's the dearest invoice I've ever had for paint, £1,800. Now, he painted both bumpers, bonnet inside and out, right down the whole side that Chris repaired, and the shut. And he said the quarter panel, the other side, had silicons in it, and it had been painted before, and he'd like to do it while it was there, so we had that done as well. So bit of a big one, but it is what it is. Rear bumper, the rear quarter glass, the trim, and various other little bits and pieces, all removed from the previous BMW M240i that we had, and that come to £300. Right, miscellaneous, number plates, tracking, MOT, valet. I've got to snag it yet. It's going to need some, I know it needs some fuel, and other little bits and pieces that I've missed out, £200. I think that's more than fair. And straight away while I'm sitting here saying it, I'm thinking the fuel to go and get it. I went to Reading. So yeah, that miscellaneous is about right. We got a total of £9,316. Now that is a lot of money for a car, looking at it in that poor condition, but that was how much it owes us to the state it's at the moment, the point it's at the moment. And I have just flicked through eBay, Auto Trader, and did I look? No, I didn't look at Gumtree. And the cheapest one I can find is actually on eBay, and it's a white one. It's done 45,000 miles, same year car, but on a 17, not a 67, so a bit earlier. And they've got that on there for $12,995. We are going to ask for our car $11,500. Now, I know it's a little bit newer and we're asking a lot less, and people say you're underselling yourselves, but we're not, guys. We list them priced to sell, and we're completely transparent about the fact that that car has been involved in a serious accident and it has been repaired. That is still going to give us a lovely pre-tax profit of £2,184. So I'm going to put it on Instagram. It's not going to be next week. It might not even be the week after. I need to do some running around in that. The fog light cover cap is actually 2 days out. So it's going to be a little bit of waiting on that one and a little bit of snagging to do, i.e. it's got to go back to the paint shop and be cut and polished as well. So that one will come up on Instagram. I'm going to try it at £11,500. And if someone buys it, they buy it. If we sit on it for a little while, we sit on it for a little while. It really is a lovely car, and it has only done 20,000 miles with full service history, I might add. So that is going to be the end of today's video and the end of the series on the BMW 220. If you did enjoy this video, please do hit the thumbs up. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. Drop your comments and your thoughts in the comment section down below. Like, subscribe and share, and we'll look forward to seeing you all very, very soon in the next one. I nearly forgot, guys. If you want to follow us on Instagram for your chance to buy one of these vehicles or offer us your vehicle, it's Salvage Rebuilds.